what we'll do first is the beeper on. So I'm just going to get the beeper out of the building on because my hands are full. And we go. Got in the car. I'm actually on the way to a building where I've been given permission to use the room for analytics. So it's 18th today. 19th. And as I say, I'm just about to go. Everything's off in the car, and I can guarantee kind of well, you've seen in plenty of videos, I return in my car and there's nothing, and yet when I go to leave he strikes when I go in my car. So what we'll do, that's my house behind me, his house is to the right. Okay, so we'll just finish that there and we'll do the same when I return, okay? About 15:53. It's a Friday, I think it's the 18th or 19th, I don't know. January 2019. Actually, I was in my driveway earlier on, as you saw. Once I got into the car, the delay time, and he fired. It's amazing the difference. The headache starts to go, there's no high frequencies or chirps and shit like that. And I'm presently at the building where I'll be taking the readings in a more analytical way. But as you can see already, I'm in the same car, kind of same situation, and everything is normal. Okay. It's a hell of a lot of noise. It's been quite a pain. Sorting that out. Let's talk about it. But there's a couple of signals of interest. What I've had to do is kind of, as I say, you take lots of readings elsewhere and then you come to another location and you compare. And that's what I've been doing. And then so, because as I say, it's very localised. And so this is 999.893, which is a NATS of 1 gigahertz, and this is the area of my the dual signal that you've seen. Well, we wouldn't have actually seen it many times. That actually kind of, it's very dynamic and it's one of the main signals involved. It isn't very well publicised on the channel, and as you can see, there's absolutely no sign of it here at all. Instead of me describing it, you will see it, and you can see the frequency there. And there's absolutely nothing. Now, working my way upwards first, what I'm going to do is go up to the 2.5 gigahertz range. Now what I'm looking for here in this area down to 1800 megahertz is a very unified, strong noise floor signal pulse. Yeah, very unified. So what you'll be getting here basically is, with each pulse going up through the gradient, is a very unified white stripe, if you like, because it's just showing the contours of height as the noise floor pulses up and down. And what we get is interference coming through, but because there's lots of things where I am, there's a lot of electrics around me and a lot of stuff going on, and that's why I wanted to be here, kind of thing, because of that fact. And yet again, I'm stepping down to 2.4 gigahertz. We're not into some bit of little bursts and stuff like that. What we're looking for is a very uniform noise floor pulse, very strong. And same again, we're looking for a very uniform, strong noise floor pulse. And you'll see what I mean by comparison. Right, same again, absolutely nothing. If I remember rightly, this one area is a very strong region of it. That's just kind of, that's just interference, that's all noise going on round about kind of thing. That is not what we're looking for. You will see by comparison. And yet again, we're looking for a very strong noise floor pulse signal, and there is nothing. And here again, and then the final selection of this between 1800 and 2.5, we're looking for a very strong, that's just noise, that's stuff from going round about outside, that's not what we're looking for. You know. Okay, because what we're looking for is a very uniform pulse, kind of up, down, up, down, up, down. You know. And that is not present in any of these locations in the spectrum. I've actually searched through. Now what we're going to be looking for, again we're going back down to this double signal. I've now got it in a wide bandwidth. I shall zoom right in and there is not a trace of it. Yeah, and I'll show by comparison then when I play the video. Now what I'm going to go down to here, I'm just going for the main ones. I'm not going to prattle my way through all, kind of, because it'll be very difficult to kind of overlap. So what we're looking for here is a 2 signal transmission, and you may recognise it on my intro video of when I go upstairs and it moves out with the bandwidth and then it moves back in again before I come downstairs again. And but this time, over time, it is now doubled up. And so what we're going to do now is go to that area, and that's the 890, where we usually have 2. And well, we've just got a harmonic going on as well, but there's like 2. They are oscillating is not the right word. They're actually rotating signals. Yeah, it's kind of, you'll see by comparison when I get back. So this is at the 890 megahertz location. So far we have checked the 1.8 to 2.5 gigahertz for noise floor pulse, the dual signal pulsing dynamic signal at 1 gigahertz, and now we're looking for the 2 rotating signals, oscillating, whatever you want to call it, at the 890, which are not there. And right, now we're going to work our way down. Unfortunately I can't put my reading glasses on because it's very bright in here and my reading glasses are normal. Okay, this is static, this is nothing kind of thing, yeah? You'll see by comparison, because these are electrical things kind of thing. That's kind of, it could even be a camera or just anything causing this, but this is not what we're looking for. What we're looking for again is a dual signal in this range here, and they are not there. But we'll keep this for a record, just for a comparison, see what we've got. I say I'm not going to flood. Now here's a very important one. As you saw up at 890, you have the oscillating kind of rotating signals, and in the location I'm going to click on now, there should be 5. Okay, they move in tandem, they work codependently, and that is at 868. So what we should be looking for here is 5 oscillating stroke rotating signals. Yeah, you're expecting kind of, let's see now, I've got a wide setting. That's just for 1. That's on a continuous wave setting just for 1 as well, so it'll be over this kind of range here. And they've got quite a high gain on them, and centre highest, and the other 2 it decreases either side. And as I say, we've got 5 oscillating signals there, same as 890, but kind of grouped tighter. Right, now I'm going to go down to Old Faithful. I know there's a lot of kind of Wi-Fi noise in this place and stuff, so this is going to make things really tricky, but we'll go for it. Right, I'm now at 847, the location of Old Faithful, non-existent. That is the step rate cluster, and there is absolutely nothing. remember 847, and also this is the location of noise floor pulse. Okay, and there is no noise floor pulse, and it usually originates from about this area. And also at 851, I look for a dual signal and a very strong unified noise floor pulse, much the same as 1.8 to 2.5 gigahertz, but what we've got is a lot of interference coming through here. And at the same at 860, and there is nothing, and I'm after the dual signal yet again that works codependently with 851, 847, 874 and 868. So each one of these signals have been checked and they are non-existent here. So in summary, there is no noise floor, unified, very strong noise floor pulse that works codependently all the way from kind of about 840 up to 860, and also from 1800 to 2500 megahertz. There is no step rate cluster at 847 that works codependently with the dual signal at 851, 860 and 874. They also do not exist. The signal 5 oscillating stroke rotary signals at 868, they do not exist. The paired, what used to be a single but now a paired rotary stroke oscillating signals at 890 do not exist. The very strong, tell me about it, dual signal dynamic up at 999.1 gigahertz, it does not exist. So we'll keep it at that. I've kept it simple for reference, but they do not exist. Okay, and I will now check here for EMF. What I'm looking for is it going mental, just like what I was in the car. Not me in the car, it. Let's go for a little stroll around here. Oh, as I say, there's quite a lot of electrics around me. We've got the lighting, we've got this thing is H field up to, well, below 10 kilohertz. Yeah, so it's everything from mains up to transmitted at 10,000 hertz. And as I say, I'm in a room with a hell of a lot of stuff going on, kind of lighting, the just mains in general, the systems and stuff, and very surreal actually. And plus of course my computer's there as well. So now the fun time, if this thing won't bloody focus. What I'm looking for here is signal spikes burst on the histogram between 837 megahertz and 904 to 910 megahertz. This is the fun part, trying to get this thing to... I will probably get, guaranteed, there'll be something wrong if I don't get it, the Wi-Fi signals coming through around about 2.4. I'm actually spinning around in the seat just now. But what I'm looking for these big spikes coming up at between 837 and 907 megahertz. I'm actually rotating round here, as you can see. And then the poor man's flight simulator. I'm in a flat spin to the port. And nope, I see no bursts. We're back in the car at the same place where it was going like shit before I left, and as you can see there's nothing. Okay, so back in my street, back in my car. There's a wee while doing my analysing and stuff, and so I'll do now is go back to Bates Motel and get my stuff sorted up. This is all keys and fumbling. Started coming off there. Hot shots. Oh, this is light at the south garden. Mark wanted to switch the beeper off. I don't want his attention, and I just got to get this bloody key because I'm carrying bags with keys. Which is not recommended. Location, and as you notice, the uniform likes for a pulse signal. If it's untied, it's because of that. I'll move us across a bit. transit. Oh, they're still out. As you see, a nice little pulse signal. I'll just bring this down a bit. And then very strong noise, low pulse signal. I'll stick with the straight signals first, and I'll go to 874. And now I'll go to 999, 1 gigahertz. Which is, it used to be here, but now I've got to bring it along. Scientific here. Now you may remember in the other location I also mentioned the oscillating stroke rotating signals. I have looked for them online and I can't find them anywhere. Strange I can't find the signal anywhere else either. Right, so and this is what I was on about here. This was the original signal, and a couple of months back this was added. Right, now I'll take you to the group of 5. Let's see. Nice for a signal, but actually quite weak just now. You can just make out the 4th and 5th centre out of 2, out of 3. Okay. 2-4. Uniform nice little pulse signal. So we get a 2-4. Uniformed. Uniform. Nice 4 pulse signal. 2-3, slightly weaker. 2-1-9-8, stronger again, as I mentioned in the other location. Slightly weaker again. And then the 1-8. Again, I'll show 8-4-7. It has now reached its termination point, as usual. As I say, we're centred onto the bandwidth. And notice the white spectrum. There's a nice floor signal. The one I forgot to show was 8-4-3. The dual signal here. And we have the nice floor pulse as well. It goes right down to about the 700s. So back to 8-4-7 signal. As I say, it's reached its terminal point, as then would have (8-5-1). It's reached its destination. Terminated. Doesn't mean to say it's off. It just isn't powered up to me. As I say, they work together codependently. Same at 8-6. As I say, I just had to click straight on them. They reached their termination point. Notice the strong, nice little pulse as well. As these have reached their termination point as well. I'm not quite sure I should have said that on this side band. Still working, just powered down. So now that I'm not chasing as they ascend, I'll go up to dyslexic here. That's it. I was below that, that's one. Sorry. Here. Here we go. The white spectrum burst going on as well. As I say, I've got them documented, and I think they're on the video peeling the onion or something, or under the microscope on my channel. And you'll see them when they're at full power. As I say, they're actually powering down. They're actually at less strength gain than what it was when I checked them initially then. And then we go up to 890. That's 860. I'm just double checking for you. And here again. You see they've actually moved since I last. There we go. Like that where he was, and as I say, we have, and it's just shifted its whole location since I've been using the audio and stuff. And as I say, just like 847, 851, 68, 748, 68, kind of they move as well, especially the 5-signal oscillator one, rotary one. That moves with these ones as well. But I say, once they stop, they all stop. When they start, they all start. So there we go. I realised when I'd been in the surgery and I was on the chair, my thumb was on the record button. But I got enough. When I was going round slowly on the chair, I was actually, the way I was holding the camera, I was holding it, so I didn't, but you never missed anything. And the summary is leave the house, it's low, till I get in the car, and then once I'm in the car he hits. So then I drive off, I get to where I'm going, I sit in the car park, the H field is very low, and then I go into the place where I'm going, and I show that the signals I've shown you do not exist, and they're quite unique signals, you can see. And I also check the H field, which is 50 Hz to 10,000 Hz. It's very low. And I also do a quick check with the RF as well. And there was nothing. And I come back and realise I've got 5 sausage rolls in the fridge that are to be used by today. And being me, I shove them in the oven. And stuff them down my throat. It wasn't supposed to be like that, I was only supposed to have a couple. I just didn't look at the dates when I bought them, and I thought they were okay. And then my mum phoned from Spain, and then, as I say, I've just got back to doing this. So as you see, everything's all stationary now, but they're still transmitting, and they're just at a lower power. And then what it does is they all drop down to about 0.5 megahertz. Oh, sorry, about 50 megahertz. Oh, about 0.05 megahertz. I'm tired. They don't move down, they just drop. I've got videos of it. They drop and then they just reappear. And about 0.05 megahertz to the left, and then they power up, and then they, to avoid the bandwidth that's in just now, and then they travel up again. As you can see, I'm actually on a secondary bandwidth setting here, because the original bandwidth setting was here, and now they terminate there, because I've used a lot of audio with these, as all the other ones, and speakers, etc. And you just get it through the headphones, and through that you then kind of, well, it only starts when I get to there, so therefore I'll just stop short of that. You see what I mean? See what I mean? So right, so in conclusion, these signals are here. They don't exist outside my house. They don't exist in a public building or a public building next to that. And also I've driven around and don't get these signals anywhere else either. And Yeah, they're quite unique, you can see, not just in form but to locality. So there's our touting gesture. There's Old Faithful, plus don't forget the noise for a pulse, as much as a signal with everything else, low gain but spread over a huge area. Okay. Takes care not to press record button by mistake.